5 Questions with LeRoy Butler. Now, here's Tom Silverstein.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to 5 Questions with LeRoy Butler. We are coming at you virtually on the short week. A little bit of travel issues for one of us, who doesn't have a private plane to fly around in. Just, you know how those things go. But nonetheless, we got plenty of time to talk about all that ails the Green Bay Packers. And man, there's a lot to talk about. And you know what?
Yeah.
I don't really have any questions for you except generally, which is what is wrong with the Green Bay Packers offense?
Okay. Offensively, well, first of all, I want to go back because I started having heartburn when I saw that the Saints, one of the worst teams in the league, beat Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, because I know everything is week to week and one game at a time. I get that, and that's how you have to look at it. But I also want to let fans know, players and coaches, organizations, they don't think like fans. They have to think like they're running an organization and a team. So that being said, it's like by the midway point, you have to be good at something to say, at least we have that. And that takes me to my point. Sometimes you can have great players individually, but you don't have a great team. I think when you look at particularly offense, when you have a head coach who calls the plays and he's the head coach, it's a little bit more pressure on him because you're really controlling two elements, the offense, everything goes into that. And you got to kind of manage the team as well, the emotions of it. So, and then after that, you look at the quarterback. How's the quarterback playing? And you just don't see, it just something's off, Tom, with, the other team gets paid too, by the way. I mean, great defense. But after you lost to them in the playoffs, they have no answer for Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis. There's no answer for those guys. The offensive line at times couldn't protect Jordan. Elton Jenkins went out, and they're just not strong enough up front. And when Jordan did get time to throw, either he held on to it too long or he tried to make plays and knock himself out of field goal range. Because that was a game right there. You got to read the room a little bit to yourself and say, you know what? We may have to win this thing 6-3. So I'm going to do everything to protect the ball, dink and dunk or whatever. I'm not looking for big plays right now. I want to establish the run and keep it close to the vest. This is not a shootout type game because I see my defenses flying around. But sooner or later, Philly going to get a big play. So I need to control the clock and control everything, especially when I don't really necessarily know if my kicker at 100%. I'm assuming Matt is 100%. He's out there playing. But back to the offense, one thing I like that they did, though, that's very encouraging, Josh Jacobs got 21 carries. Now, I'm okay with that. Even sometimes, which frustrates a lot of people, Tom, when he gets the ball, he got 2 or 3 guys all over him. Matter of fact, he took 4 guys by himself into the end zone. I mean, he's doing too much. I mean, he's giving everything. And the offensive line, I mean, they're just not strong enough at the point of attack to play that particular team. Because their team, I'll be honest with you, and I'll wrap up with the offense quickly, Tom. This offense, it's if you have just can rush 4 people and play 2 high safeties, cover 2 or cover 4, they don't care if you know it. They don't think you have a receiver can get deep. They don't think you have a tight end now that can do crossing routes. Mm-hmm. And the check down passes is just chemistry's off. So that fast forward me to Nick Sirianni's last decision. I bet you he said to himself, I'm going to go for it all right here. Now, there was some discrepancy whether or not Jalen and Brown just went rogue. It don't matter. Put that to the side. He said, their offense can't move the ball on my defense. So I'm going to win it all right here. If we miss it, I'm not scared because they can't move the ball. Because down the stretch, we were trying to get the ball to Bo Melton. And the fourth down call, Tom, I'd have went in there and tried to pull them off sides. If they don't jump timeout, let's think about it. What's the best play we got?
Yeah, it's that. So I don't have a problem with running a play there because the clock is running at the time. What I have a problem with is not being smart with the circumstances, with the developing circumstances, which is they're calling out your play at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, drill down on that. Tell me what happened with that. I did.
Well, one of the Eagles' defensive tackles, Adomo, started yelling out inside zone, coming our way, coming this way. And that's exactly what they were running because they had run a similar style of that during the game. Okay. Now, all that said, even, I asked Josh Jacobs about this afterwards. Well, isn't there a can, that they can go to a different play? And he said, no, not with that play. So there's one thing that in that situation in a 2-minute, you've got to have some ability to audible to a better play. Like get under center. You should have the ability to get under center and sneak.
Yeah.
Secondly, it didn't matter what play they called because Dontavian Wicks was up on the line of scrimmage covering up the tight end.
Oh, was it Wicks or Bo Melton?
No, it was Dontavian Wicks.
Oh, Wicks. Okay, Wicks. Okay.
He was on the tight end side, and he was up on the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
Now, even if he's doing that, why he's to the Packers sideline? Why isn't there someone absolutely screaming at him to get off the line? Or screaming at LaFleur, call a timeout. This play's doomed because our guy is lined up illegally. So I had some real problems with coaching. And I think your assessment of the offensive line is correct. But I want, I have some issues with whether they're in sync in terms of their fundamentals, in terms of their techniques for helping each other and being in sync when they double team guys. You kind of watch them and their double teams aren't sharp. They tend to let guys kind of get the edge on them. And I don't know. If I'm LaFleur, I'd be really, really worried about the future with my offensive line. I'd be considering doing something to change that.
The thing about it, it's baked in the cake now because they have to figure out a way. I remember Coach Holmgren used to tell me this all the time, who's another close to getting into the Hall of Fame, made one of the finalists list of coaches and contributors. He said, what are we good at? I remember him asking us that as a team. He said, what are we good at? What can we fall back on that we can always say we'll go to this? And we always had an answer for it. And it's something the Packers and Matt LaFleur never really want to do because he said when he hears, do we have a number one receiver, it makes him want to throw up or something like that, paraphrasing. But that's when you need somebody to be the clear-cut guy we're going through. Because that Jackson kid out in Seattle, they know he's the number one guy, but he's open. These are all the guys. I mean, Puka Nacua. I mean, these guys get a lot of targets. They're open. they can find a way to get open. I think it's time to just make Christian Watson the number one guy. Get 12 to 14 targets, and let's go from there.
I agree.
I mean, just make somebody. I just have a bailout. When we got down to the red zone, Mark Tremere, one of my best friends, 6'6", no fat, chiseled, best blocker tight end other than Ed West. When he got down the 10-yard line, Brett said, "Chew it, do it. Stick and go, get it to him."
Mm-hmm.
And then they said, "Well, everybody knows he's getting it." Fine. That don't mean you can stop it.
Right.
But I mean, Antonio Freeman, Robert Brooks has one-on-ones. And we knew that. Bubba Franks was another one. We're getting 88 the ball down there, and that takes the reason why I brought up tight ends. I'm going slot to one side. I'm putting Musgrave over there by himself. See who goes out there. If it's a linebacker, he's getting the ball.
Right.
Just like when you go, I apologize. Just like the Kevin Berry, okay? They put in U71. Okay, so what? You know I got a lineman in for a tight end, and we're running the football. I don't care if you know it.
Right. Well, let's tackle this question, and you tackle it from defensive to the offensive. My question is offense to defense, but you tackle this from your knowledge. If you're facing an opponent, a good opponent like Philadelphia, what's more important, stopping what they do or doing what you do?
Ooh, that's good.
How do you balance? You have to stop, you have to know what they're good at and what they do. But at what point does it become what you do best? And how do you balance that?
Platinum question. That's a great question. That may be one of the best questions you've ever asked, Tom, because that's the difference between winning and losing. Jerry Rice is the GOAT, the best of all time. But in certain instances, I know Steve Young wants to go there. We'll take that away.
Mm-hmm.
We'll funnel the ball where we want you to go. We'll rotate right, so he's going to see us rotate, he'll throw it left. That's where we want it to go. And then if they was always, he's their go-to guy, like it's 3rd and 13, looking at the tendencies and all this kind, they're very good at getting him the ball. We're going to let somebody else be the hero, not the main guy. But if I know on offense, I run the ball better than anybody. My offensive line, they run blockers better than pass blockers.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get any kind of lead and run the football. You remember Denver? To my point, they always ran that stretch play and they would cut the backside lineman.
Mm-hmm.
They got rid of that play because they said it wasn't fair. They were good at that.
Mm-hmm. So
what we did was we penetrated like 2 feet and then it just go 2 feet in the backfield and 2 gap. That nixed it. You have to do something that you're good at, and what they're good at, we're going to take that away.
Right.
And we do it all off season. Every week we had a different team. When the schedule came out, each week we worked on that team.
Okay.
So like in June and July, each week we worked. Now, people we play twice, we know them. I know Chris Carter. I'm talking about the outlier teams. We play maybe once. Like the Dallases and, these teams we don't play, but maybe once, twice. We always define what they did and what we did. We put it on the board and we eliminate it. If we do that, we have a chance of winning.
Okay. But what you're saying is, follow the opposition's tendencies. But what about your tendencies? Do you abandon your tendencies? Because, so if you're going to take Jerry Rice out of the game,
yes,
you're not a man-to-man team, you're a zone team. How do you go about doing that, or vice versa, and still play what you play? Like, I would say Philadelphia played consistently what they play and didn't really seem to care what the Packers were running. Like you said, they kept their safeties back. They rushed
Yeah.
They didn't do anything fancy with their linebackers. They slanted a little bit. They moved their defensive linemen, a little bit, but nothing really exotic.
When sometimes I'm trying to confuse the other team, actually I'm confusing myself. Fritz Shermer was a master at that. He is what he is. This is his system. He said, everybody knows what we're doing. I have better players than you. But I'm going to make it so difficult for you to do what you want to fall back on. And a lot of people probably went into that game. I would bet you that Philly they knew Tucker Kraft was out. They didn't draw up one defense to stop Musgrave.
Mm-hmm.
I'm watching it like the Blankenship. They were just staying back there, no disguise. And when they wanted to come up to pressure, they come up in pressure.
Mm-hmm.
So they threw Matt off by the tendencies that, okay, right this part of the field, they blitz a lot. Oh, wow. They're back in that coverage. Okay. We run it? Run it. But do we play it by analytics, say we should do this? It's all a field game, but Vic Fangio loves to do X. All we got to do is figure out what we're good at. Now we got us a ball game.
Yeah. Now,
that's it.
I would say that the Packers defense did a pretty good job of that.
Yeah.
Stayed with pretty much what their strengths are, which they're also keeping their safeties back, although they've been doing more of bringing the safety up. But they focused on stopping Saquon Barkley.
Yes.
They were not going to let Saquon Barkley beat them single-handedly. And up until he caught that pass and there was a broken tackle, I mean, that's going to happen with him. They did a phenomenal job on him. I would say the only time they kind of got out of their norm was when they had Evan Williams trying to cover Devontae Smith.
I got to talk to my nephew about
unfortunate. It looked like he actually had pretty good coverage.
Yeah, the thing about that is when you're playing quarters, because they had an 86 route. One guy, we're not doing X and O's today. We apologize, but this would be a play we would draw up. Philly probably said, this is the only time I'm praying they're not in man-to-man. I want them in either cover 2, cover 4. It's up to the backside safety to say, I have a middle linebacker that can get deep enough to help with the end route. I don't need to jump it. I'm going to stay back because the speed guy is number 6. The muscle guy is number 11.
Right.
So as defenders, we get to what we call a panic state, to where we're going and feel like we're losing leverage and we just try to dislodge the ball. And you're thinking, before the ball snaps, I have a 10-yard cushion, sometimes 12. There's no way you can get behind me. You can catch it in front of me because I can always come up. But you can't get behind me.
Mm-hmm.
So in their cover 4, the offside safety let the end go and read the room and see 6 is taking a beeline. He's ultimately coming in my quarter.
Mm-hmm.
But the rules are, if he's running at you that deep, Evan got to take him. But you know that's the speed guy. So I wouldn't have been mad with you if you'd have just turned and just took out running towards the 8.
Mm-hmm.
If he catch a stop right in the middle, fine. We line up again.
Right.
But I can't let you get behind me.
You can't cover everything. You have to
No.
thing.
You got 10 other people up there.
Right.
And Jalen kind of hesitated for a minute. Are they really in cover 4? Oh, this is because he almost didn't throw it long enough.
Mm-hmm.
So just my advice to my nephew is don't let nobody get behind you.
Yeah.
You can always come up.
Right.
Now, my advice to the other safety, if your corner has him in one quarter and he's coming in your quarter, if he stops, that corner has to replace you and go to the post.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to drive it, replace me and go to the post and pick that thing off.
Mm-hmm.
The backside corner, if he's running, when that guy stops and run a 6 route, keep running, he's going to throw it right to you.
Right.
So next time we're in, I'm going to draw that up for you.
Okay.
That would protect me, who has better ball skills, but Eugene Robinson had better hands and vision.
Right.
So when my man ran that post route, like a Randy Moss, he cut through that post. Chris Carter ran the 6. Doug Evans will lay off of that and run and pick that thing off.
Okay. I think another thing, you brought up Jalen Hurts, and I think Jalen Hurts played the type of game that Jordan Love could play with given his talents. But Jalen Hurts is really a smart quarterback, and he knows where to go with the ball, when to take off, and when to just eat it. So if they're gonna, that he believes in their defense, he believes in their run game. He's not going to force anything. I mean, I think he's got 15 touchdowns and 1 interception this year. And you can see why. Yeah. He gets in trouble. He knows exactly where his check down is. And, he's got a really good offensive line. That helps quite a bit. But I think that's what Jordan Love has to get to. Now, he's still younger than Hurts, but can he get to that spot where he looks like he's in command, and if it doesn't work, he gets rid of it?
I told somebody this on one of our guests on the Leap 36 podcast a few years ago. Jalen Hurts is the smartest quarterback in the entire league. There's no quarterback smarter than him because he can read the room. Don't get flustered. He just knows every situation. And even on that fumble that Cooper punched out, look at it the next time he was running. He'll take a peep and see if somebody behind him on the side. You learn from that. So what Jordan has to learn is, in his clock mind, we already in field goal position. Don't take a sack. Don't put the ball on ours way. Because we're in one of these type of games that we might have to win 6-0 or 6-3.
Right.
So I'm going to play it close to the vest. I'll be in a shootout like I was in Pittsburgh and win it, but this ain't the game.
Right.
So if I'm in a crowd, I'm protecting the ball. We can live to see another day. We got the best punter in the league. And we'll wait for our field position. So I'm not going to try to play hero ball.
Right.
But when you hear stuff like going back to the drawing board, we need to clean it up. So that it's almost like a reset. You learn from it, but you're going to be in the same situation again. Because guess what? The Giants are terrible stopping the run. They want you to throw the ball because they got guys up there. Burns got 11 sacks.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Thibodeau, what you think you want to do, Tom? You want to go after the quarterback, Carter?
Absolutely. Abdul Carter, yep.
They want to go after the quarterback. They don't want to play no run. No. That's how the Bears were able to beat them.
Yeah. Better be ready.
Jordan got to learn reading the room, understand your surrounding, and now you know everything. And you can just play football. But And the last thing about the offense, Matt has to give him the keys. Don't give him one of the keys.
Yeah.
Give him the keys.
I kind of agree. Yeah.
Let him call the plays. Let him do hurry up.
Right.
Yeah, you don't have to get every play from me and what to look for. I already know that.
Right.
I
Stop having to please the coach and run the offense. I mean, run the offense the way
Run it.
Run it.
Run it.
It's not your offense, but you are in charge of it with the ball in your hands.
I will go far to say it is his offense. I'm dead serious because I ain't got time for it. I'm trying to win a Super Bowl. Hey, man, the 9 o'clock meeting tomorrow morning is Jordan team. We riding with him. Okay, right. Jordan, what you want to do? I know they would never do this, but I'm just saying, I have to say this. This is very important. We're in a meeting. Reggie White comes in. Brett Favre and me are in the back of the room. He's teaching me backgammon. And we're just kind of messing around. Brett was amazing, like interaction with his teammates. Reggie White, this is the 9 o'clock meeting before the coaches come in, because it's like 5 minutes before Holmgren would come in with his towel coming from the Stairmaster. The guy was an amazing therapist. He comes in and Reggie goes, "Guys, this is not my team. It's Brett Favre's team." I said, "Man, talking about it. See, just said your name." "Oh, no, Reggie. No." Oh, I know what Reggie was saying. When we bring up Dallas, who do we bring up? Aikman. When we talk about San Francisco, talk about Steve Young. Talk about the Green Bay Packers, Reggie White. No, it should be Brett Favre.
Right.
When we broke that meeting, we said to each other, as long as I'm in your foxhole, and shout out to all our veterans and military, this is Happy Veterans Day. Love y'all. As long as I'm in your foxhole, I will never sleep or take a nap. I got your back. Everybody said that. And guess what? Went on to win the Super Bowl. It's Brett Favre's team. And I'm okay with it. Every quarterback, Holmgren loves to call it. You know Holmgren loves to call every play. But sometimes, Brett, what do you like?
Yeah. They have to figure that out. I think that's a big part of
absolutely
where they're at. And I think it's my impression that Love needs more than one option or two options when he gets to the line. Like maybe they need to trust him a little bit more to get him into a better play. Now, maybe he can't handle that. I don't know. You know,
he can handle it
inside the meetings and stuff like that.
He can handle it.
He doesn't want to do that.
I would love to look at the analytics department and tell me when he's doing what we call hustle plays, 2 minute, when he's making the call, protections and everything, what the percentages, what are the yards per throw? Because he's averaging 4 yards a pass. It's unacceptable.
Yeah, he was among the leaders going into the game.
And he was always around 70%. You know, but the thing about it, though, here's good news for Packer fans. There's good news. Matt LaFleur is 21-3 in December. He's one of the best coaches ever in December. So it's going to get better. But you got to get through November. Because you got the Giants, you got Vikings, and I think the Ravens, Lions, right. Thanksgiving.
And then the Bears.
In fact, that reminds me, I got to call Janet to get those turkeys to our nonprofits. Yes. Right. So give them the keys.
Okay. That's our mantra for today.
Yes.
We'll see how they handle playing a team with a new coach. And, you know, the Giants will be maybe better than everybody expects them to be. We'll have to see. But regardless,
Russell Wilson may be the quarterback.
It doesn't really matter. I think that's
what I said.
It's up to the Packers
to
play
matter.
their game. So we'll see if they can do that. All right, let's get to your prediction.
Well, I always say they got to score 30 points. When they don't, it's going to be a struggle. But the way the offense look, 20-17, I'd be happy with that. I'd be thrilled.
Yeah.
I just would. But, I mean, I don't know if McManus is healthy or Luka's sick. Just let Sick play and just put McManus on IR if he's injured. I don't know.
Yeah. That could be a move. They didn't do it today, but we'll see.
Yes.
That's not an easy stadium to kick in. But at some point, if McManus keeps missing, then they got to do something. So anyway, that's a field goal game. All right, you're showing some faith in the kicker.
Yeah,
all right. Let's thank before we head out today.
Yeah, I want to thank. I did a promotion with Curtis Granderson.
The baseball player.
Yes, he's the guy looks amazing too. You'll see it everywhere. We're running promotions, actually, packernews.com, of course, and 5 questions with myself. But I really appreciate that we've been doing this for a while. When you can go to the register at Pick and Save, Metro Market, Mariano's, and round up. And we've been doing it for, the Feeding America of Eastern Wisconsin for a long time. And we do it for the month of November. If you go buy a bag for $5, it makes 5 meals.
Okay.
Tom, I say this all the time. It's always the giving season. But if you ever want to feel like a hero, help somebody who you don't know, and we'll be just fine. And that's all I want to think. This is about what we can do to help people. So just go to any Pick and Save Metro Market, and any change, round up. You can get 5. You can get 1, 5, or 10.
Mm-hmm.
And we're doing it with the state of Illinois to see who can raise the most. So I know Packer fans are not going to let me down because we play Bears December 7th. So just go to any Pick and Save Metro Market, Mariano's in Illinois, and just round up.
Okay.
And we want to thank Bill, our executive producer, for helping us do it virtually because he's a busy man.
Yep. Well, we'll be back in full studio next week after the Giants game. And hope
I know it was a little long, but I needed this therapy. So fans, thank y'all.
We're waiting a little bit.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you so much.
All right. We'll put up with it. I think Bill might have left the studio.
No, he didn't.
He's
the best. Executive of the year.
All right.
Thanks you so much.
Everybody, and we'll see you next week.
Okay. Bye-bye.